Hello, welcome to another INFJ ramble. I was thinking about it, and I think one of the most favorite things in the world for me is not having any type of restraint. What do I mean by that? I mean no time constraints, no pressure to do anything I don't want to do, or hang out with anyone I don't want to. Just having no restraints, and just like the ideal day for me would be to have no pressure to be anywhere or do anything at any time. I think that's my favorite thing in the world, and I think that's the natural way to be honest. We've been kind of pressured and what is that? Conditioned to rush. Think about it. Like, especially businesses, corporations, everything. They put time restraints on everything, right? And then they expect you to perform and to, like, meet quotas and things like that within a certain period of time. Think back in the days before time even existed, before the concept of time even existed, we never did rush. We just kind of went with the natural cycle of things. You know what I mean? Anyways, that aside, let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is tied in to what I just talked about, like time restraints and things like that, and social pressure to perform or to like interact with each other, like that pressure. It's kind of like forcing you to go against the natural grain of things. Think about it, you know? And yeah, there's a time for activity, but there's also time for rest. And if you're not honoring that, that's when I think a lot of anxiety kicks in. And anxiety is the result of an overactive mind. And what do I mean by overactive mind? I feel like because we are in this particular time, we are forced to process an obscene amount of information at any given time in a small expanse of time, and it's a lot for the brain to process. It creates unnecessary stress. It creates, and in the same regard, stress is needed because that kind of like gives you the pressure that you need in order to crack open to new aspects of yourself. But in the same vein, too much of it, not too good, right? Everything in moderation. But anyhow, I was going to say anxiety is birthed from an overactive mind and trying to process an obscene amount of information in a small snippet of time. You know what I mean? Also, like, the mind has a very vivid imagination, and so on top of the pressure to perform or to process all this information at any given time, we have overactive imaginations. We have high expectations of ourselves, of others, and all of this combined creates anxiety. So what is the remedy to anxiety? The remedy to anxiety is basically, like anything, to tune out of the external world and tune in to yourself, to give yourself time to recenter, rebalance, and ground. And for me, that's doing nothing. Like doing absolutely nothing without expecting anything of myself, without having any time constraints, without forcing myself to socialize, and things like that. So yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you need to kind of like tune out of the mind, just kind of tune into yourself, in order to go beyond the chaos that creates anxiety. So that's my little ditty on it. If you learned something cool, if you didn't, that's cool too. To do, like I said, everything in moderation. So yeah, I allow myself to go hard at work 3 to 4 days a week, but the other 3 days of the week, I absolutely relax, enjoy, and do nothing and decompress. And I just kind of allow the day to take me where it needs to. Some days I sleep all day. Some days, I'll kind of like tidy up and, purge my living space, but I don't like set these restraints or constraints on myself to perform or do or be anything in out of like 3 to 4 days out of the week. I don't do anything like that. I give myself the time to rest and reset and relax, I think some people, I'm assuming most people work 5 days a week, and then on their 2 days off they run around crazy trying to like, I don't know, tend to excuse me, I don't know, like household chores and like running around doing errands. So basically 7 days a week they're active. You need, I don't know, I'm not here to tell you what you need to do because you know what's best for you, but for me, 3 to 4 days a week, complete decompression session. And that is where I'm at. And I think I'm at this place because for 20 years, almost 20 years, I was a workaholic. I think if you follow me on my other videos, I was an extreme workaholic. I would work 7 days a week and 13 to 16-hour days. I did that for 2 years straight, and after that, I still work 6 days a week. And now I give myself 3 to 4 days a week to just do nothing. And I'm just kind of like giving myself time to catch up for all that time that I was basically running myself dry. Anyhow, have a beautiful day. Blessings to one and all. Amen.